Well, I'm having the pleasure of chatting with Jason Mecler, Mec, as a lot of his friends call him. And I've known Jason for several years now, and something that has happened to him has led to some fun discoveries for him. Hey, Jason, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you, Danny?
I'm great, thank you so much. Cosmec Healing, and you have had quite the run, my friend, over the years of not feeling great. Tell us a little bit about kind of that health journey for you and what it's led to so far.
Okay. It's a long story. But in short, I've been suffering from chronic pain for since I was about 18, and it kept getting progressively worse. And I was getting treatment for my back, and we thought it was a bunch of different things from degenerative disc to arthritis and different types of stuff like that. And I had a fusion that's L4, L5, S1, and then I had dozens of ablations, probably hundreds of epidurals, and it really wasn't hitting anything that was happening. A ton of opiates that I was prescribed, pain management didn't do anything. And then, this is where I started my journey with cannabis and CBD and different things like that.
Yeah.
And it wound up to that it turned out to be Lyme disease with a bunch of co-infections that are good, a lot of fun stuff to go through, which was like Bartonella and Babesia. And these are things that are kind of really getting big on the East Coast, especially like Western Maryland. I believe that 40% of the ticks that DNR has been finding has Lyme in it. So,
Oh,
some people have heard of it. Some people, don't necessarily think that it's the big deal, but for these people, it's also referred to as the great imitator. So mine was actually presenting itself kind of like Parkinson's and dementia with Lewy bodies.
oh my gosh. I mean, you were really dealt like the full house hand of just all these different things. And I guess while it's been the journey, at least knowing what it is has got to be a little bit comforting to know at least now maybe how you go about getting better or feeling better at least.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's something I'm going to have for the rest of my life. But you learn to deal with it, and knowing what you're up against just kind of, like you said, gives you a little bit of an idea of how you're going to fight. But it's hard to find doctors that treat the PrEP protocol because the CDC guidelines don't want you to do it necessarily the right way.
Yeah.
So you got to find Lyme literate doctors and people that are experienced. And I've seen some of the top specialists in the world that treated me to help get me on the right path. But I'm not having these issues as bad as I was before. I can deal with pain, but when you're going through the mental part of it, where you're seeing rage or confusion and you're just things aren't working, you can't conversate. Um, having that all I need. I can handle things, well versed in it. When you lose your mind, pretty much literally, that's scary as hell. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I know like so you created a cannabis based product, yeah, that helped you feel better?
yeah, so I started, with my Lyme journey and chronic pain journey. I started learning more about cannabis and cannabinoids and terpenes, and you learn that there's a lot more things than just THC that gets you high. There's another 100 plus cannabinoids that do all kinds of things that are not intoxicating and have incredibly powerful medicinal benefits. Started working with that, and I just over the span of about 7 or 8 years, I started formulating my own transdermal salves. to help with my chronic pain, and the transdermal being different than topical because they actually penetrate your epidermis layers and go into your bloodstream, as opposed to just flat treatment on the top of your skin. So it's kind of it's deep relief that goes and becomes systemic and goes into your bloodstream, across the blood-brain barrier, and all that good stuff. So it's cool. And then I do some tinctures, which are pretty easy to do, but everything that I've done to help treat myself, I pretty much just started manufacturing and putting it out there for others to, have in their tool bag and give it a shot, because I know there's a ton of people, whether it's Lyme or MS or chronic pain of some sort, are tired of just being prescribed pill after pill after pill. So these things they're legal, they're natural, they're organic, and these are things that we've used for thousands of years before they were outlawed, trying to help with.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it's kind of, disappointing that, doctors, your kind of standard medical practice isn't more open to or up on all of the benefits that you've found. It kind of makes me mad that it's more holistic doctors, or, doctors that, some of the medical practices don't consider doctors that have helped you and, have really been in the forefront, especially for Lyme's, because I know friends similar to you who suffered for years before they were ever diagnosed or given an answer. And I know how frustrating that can be. And, that there are some answers out there that aren't being embraced is kind of annoying. However, you producing this, using it, and knowing that it does well seems to be working, because every time I see that you have more available and you put it out there, tons of people are responding to get them some. So that's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm blessed something positive came out from it. It sucked going on that journey and finding that path and coming up with it, but I'm blessed to have lived to be able to, maybe help some other people. But yeah, definitely taking off, and I'm in the right field. I know a lot of people, and I feel like my whole journey has been purposeful to get here. So it's, whether it's people that I met when I did kickball, and, I met 10, 15 years ago, like somehow all those people are still intertwined in my life today. And, so, and another thing, I don't want anybody to think that I'm blasting doctors or whatever. Modern medicine absolutely has its place today, but there's some people are just so tuned out to go a natural route first, as opposed, I do have a couple of doctors that it's like, it should be the first line of defense.
Yeah.
And then if we got to switch it up, then we switch it up, but we should always try something that's really, it's not responsible for any deaths. Like the side effects are pretty minimum or mild, in comparison to some of the stuff that you see on a commercial for
Yeah, where it's 18 pages of warnings versus your one page of this is what great things it's going to do for you. Look, you're right. Not blasting, conventional medicine at all, but really I do think there has to be some happy medium and understanding and partnering with some of these people doing some natural remedies, which, every body is different. And so sometimes those, conventional prescriptions work, and sometimes it can destroy more than the problem you're trying to solve.
With the new opportunity coming up, we're kind of focused on that, and then we'll be in 100 plus dispensaries in Maryland to start. So that'll be a good way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. If there was one thing you'd want people to know about this salve, what would you say?
It's not going to get you high. I don't want to turn anybody off by saying that, but there's the cannabinoids and the terpenes that I use are non-intoxicating. So there's a lot of people that think that just smoking joints or bowls or whatever. No, there's a lot of other ways that you can consume this. Be safe. You can pass a drug test. Um, it's federally legal. All these products, and like I said, they're not intoxicating, and hopefully they work for a lot of people.
Yeah, so if you're suffering from any sort of like joint pain or any pain anywhere, this may be a good option for you. You can check it out, cosmechealing.com, and we'll make sure the website is up on screen for you. Check it out, and you might find that there's a bit of relief that you didn't know you could enjoy. So we want to thank Jason and for the journey he's been on, and we pray for you to get some relief and continue going the way you're going, and really we'll be excited at some of the great things to come for you.
Thank you so much, Dana. I really appreciate it, and it's good to connect. It's like kind of like old times.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we will talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Thank you so